Hey there, everyone. This is Yui. Welcome to episode 27 of All the Mods 3 Expert. Today, we're aiming for UU Matter, and we'll see if we get past that. So, let's get to it. Between episodes, I did a bit of grinding. We'll cover some of that stuff in a minute. I tried doing some experimentation with... Well, there's no gas pipes, so be warned. I couldn't see anything for gas aside from the tanks. And that's not going to work. Usually there's conduits and there are usually the Mekanism cables. But there's neither. Which makes this next part a little cramped, but it works. So one of the nice things about Mekanism is usually you can use these basic, or well, any of the universal cables to convert EU and RF. Unfortunately, that does not work in this mod pack. So I checked the config and the multiplier is set to 0. I even tested it out just to be sure. They don't work for EU at all. So that's a shame. I can't use like the nuclear reactors to create power and power the machines with RF, so it is what it is. We take a look at the quest real quick. This is where we left off. We made all these machines, which are the machines that are in here. So we need to make these HDPE sheets, which they're just made with these pellets through the enrichment chamber. I already have this recipe in place, but this is roughly how I am going to set this up. So I'm going to run some energy wire back here. Won't need that much. So the first step of making these pellets is the electrolytic separator. This I'm going to drop right here. That takes water. And now I recommend taking one of these sides, probably the oxygen side, and change it to dump excess. That means if oxygen fills up and there's still room for hydrogen, it'll just dump it so hydrogen can fill up. Okay, now we've got two of these. What are they? The pressurized reaction chambers. Since I've set this up for testing, the order for me matters. But basically, you're going to put one of these on each side of the separator. The one on the right will get the oxygen. The one on the left will get the hydrogen. And it has to be connected to these, the little orangish, whatever color that is, squares. And this will export automatically. There is no interface for changing this around. That's why I have to set it up like that. On this side, I'm going to drop, so this is another one of those blocks that has those squares, which means the input is on the left, output is on the right. So we're going to drop that here, and we're going to set this side configuration. Items, let's see here. Items we can input there, yeah. So this seems to have kept it. I'm going to input on the left and output on the back. Fluids, we're going to input on the top. Well, it's just fluids. There's no input and output. And then gases, we're going to output on the front and input from the right. And that's that setup. So it'll pull in from here. It'll pull water from the top. So if we give it just a conduit, this is not necessary to set, but I will anyways, since the tank will push it out. Alright, so this machine is covered. It's got water and it's got hydrogen. And this machine's covered because it's got water, which will break down into hydrogen and oxygen. This machine actually needs one more ingredient to fulfill its purpose, which is biofuel. If we look up the recipe for substrate, we're going to use this top recipe because it's easier, or not the top one, the bottom one. because we need this ethylene, and we have water, we have hydrogen, we can get biofuel, and that'll make the substrate. You can then, since this generates an excess of ethylene, you can use that to generate more, but that's honestly going to be a hassle for me, and I don't feel like doing the calculations of how many times, so I'm just doing it like this. I'm just going to do this bottom one. I should, yeah, whatever. Let's grab this guy, throw it here. I've got these ender chests of all light gray. I'm just going to drop it here, and oh, sides. Auto sort on, side configuration top will be input, output on the right. Sounds good to me. Insert, extract always. Right, so the crusher is how we get the biofuel. Specifically the crusher, and only the crusher. So we can put in various plant materials. I'm going to use carrots. You can use potatoes, wheat, rotten flesh. You use whatever you want, but carrots gets you 4, which is pretty nice. The other ones mostly are 2. There's a couple 4s in there. Pick one that you have excess of and use that. I'm just going to drop this conduit here. Export, insert. Should be good. Alright, now we start with the water. Let's go get some biofuel. Or some carrots, rather. Let's see here. Carrots. That'll work. Loading, loading, loading. Alright. So when we put 1 carrot in here, it's going to turn into 4 biofuel. That's going to get piped out, thrown in here. These machines are all quick because they all have speed and energy. So 2 biofuel makes 1 substrate. So when this runs, it'll pull out the hydrogen automatically. And we're good. What it should have done, yeah, there you go, is it would have put the gas right here, the ethylene. We set it to push out, and it went in here. It condensed into a liquid version, because we need the liquid version here. This is liquid, not the gas version. And unfortunately, we don't have gas pipes, so these 4 machines have to be pretty much touching just like that. After here, we have a little flexibility. Now, if we check the recipes again, to convert 1 substrate into 1 pellet, we need 50 ethylene. But when we create the substrate, we get 100, which means we are creating double the amount we need. So that means I'm going to make a buffer tank. That way I never have to worry about it overflowing, because I don't know what's going to happen if this backs up. Actually, if this machine here backs up with the ethylene, I have no idea if it will continue to process these substrates or not. And instead of taking that chance, I'm just going to have a buffer tank. Insert extract from here. Insert into this side and extract from here. All right. So that'll push the ethylene into here. So now when this is at 6,600, we put in a carrot, not there. It'll go up by 200 because 1 carrot does 2 substrate. All right, the next step, got to move this substrate over. I'm going to do that from behind. This we never have to interact with items. Here we're going to extract on, oh, white? White sounds good. And insert. And there we go. That should be pretty much everything, actually. So once again, we have the water. It goes in here. It breaks it up into hydrogen, which goes over here, and oxygen, which goes over there. In here, we also have water, so we can turn biofuel into substrate using this recipe down here. The ethylene gets pushed out into the well, it's a condenser. Condensator. It turns the gas into a liquid, pushes it over to this tank in case we get flooded, and then whatever's in the tank will get pushed into here. Then I'll make a pellet. Then we can say we're extracting on green, which is fine. I don't know if I can't do that. Top maybe? I don't like that either. Hang on, I did not think this through. Connect. Fine. There. Oh, it's not going to connect because of that. What color is that? Magenta? Let's change this. Side configuration. Right can be output. Now. You are being difficult. Alright, whatever. Top can be output then. Extract always, and we'll run it there. That should connect to storage. And that's gone. Just as a proof of concept, let's throw in, oh, that many. And we should see it pop in here. There it is. So there you go. That's automating, well, mostly automating, creating the HDPE pellets. So we can get rid of all this garbage. I'm going to set up the other side real quick. So for this, we're going to need a recipe. So that's the problem with upgrading these machines. Now it just says factory instead of enrichment factory. So I have this recipe right here. Literally right there. That's going into the enrichment chamber, which is what this is. The other thing I'm going to do is close this. HDPE. Yeah, I made a bunch of these already. So I'm going to say 1 carat becomes 2 of those. And I should have made some interfaces, I believe. I don't know if I have room to put it anywhere. That's taken. Okay, let's put it. I don't know. Oh, it's getting a little cramped in here now. We'll put it there. Figure it out. This is in the way now. Yeah, I know, the whole system shuts down. There we go, that'll work. Then we'll connect it with a dense one. See, look, every time I look up, I'm 95% sure that's my graphics from updating the graphics card. Let's disconnect that because I don't want any weird routing. And there we go. You go here, you get that. And let's test it out. Whatever, DPE. Let's take these out. Craft one of those. Should be crafting those, okay. Do I have the exporting of that thing right? Doesn't look it. Oh, that's a problem. I guess we're gonna have to leave sort off. Or use the crafting recipe version, which I don't want to do. There we go. That'll work. We'll just create a bunch of them. Okay, with that out of the way, we should be able to... Actually, I needed those pellets, didn't I? There's a few left. That'll work. What do I need? 8 of these? There you go. Now we get into Matter. It's been quite a while since I played with this, and this uses the items instead of the liquid. First it was solid, then changed to a liquid. Yeah, I remember playing with the liquid more than the solid. And now it's a solid again. This means you'll be using it in several crafting recipes, so you may want to stock up on it a bit. Okay. Can we still make like diamonds and stuff with it? No, I don't think so. Oh, you can... If we didn't already have a way of getting free osmium, but that's pretty decent. Ender Dragon, okay. I have no idea what this garbage is. Advanced Rocketry, oh man, that's coming up soon too. That is one of those mods I typically don't play with, so that'll be fun. Scenarium, okay. Radiated, okay, yeah, well, let's see. We need a mass fabricator. I am lazy and machines break if you move them, so I make a recipe. Well, potentially break. When I was doing my testing, my stupid thing broke even though I used a wrench. Because it's only got like an 85% chance of succeeding. Alright, recycler we don't need. But we have to make it for the quest. Missing a compressor. How about now? Recycler. Next. Go. Boom. That was easy. And let's get the fabricator. Start that up. Oh, no issues there. I think I made this recipe. No, maybe I didn't. Give me that. Alright. So now we've got to set up the fabricator. We already have a recycler right there. Do I have any more of those transformers? I've got 2. And what's the other one? Overclock? Alright, Yeah, this is the guy I lost, the MFE, which is fine. I think I'll put this. I need the fabricator. We'll put it here. Remember, when you put these down, don't connect them to wires. Just in case. This one's 512, so it should be okay. Oh, this one you can't even upgrade. Great. So for safety, since this is 128 and this one already is 512, which is higher than 512, I am going to take this off. That way it doesn't blow up, and that can just stay there. Or let's just hang on. Let's just use that for power. This is not a whole lot, and hopefully that'll work well. We'll find out. Let's use a. I don't have any servos. Yes, I do. Or no, let's just stick with a conduit. Insert. Extract always. Super slow. This is another. Okay, so if you didn't know, these machines, they start with speed 0. You can always give them a lever, flip them, and the speed will build up. But that means it'll also be draining the power. So once this gets too fast, I don't know. I don't know if the power will keep up. But it's its own dedicated power source, so we'll just let it go. With that, let's grab, say, a drawer. Actually, no. Let's just get a chest. I don't know how much of this stuff this will produce. We'll just put it here. Extract on. That's like a magenta color. Insert on that same color. Extract always. I guess I could have just ran it there. Whatever, it's a chest. It's pretty cheap. And I don't know if I got any of it yet. Nope. I guess next is just wait and see. We can't give it upgrades, so that's out. That's not the fastest. Anyways, I'm just going to let this run for a bit. So I'll be back in a moment once I get eight of them. So see you in a moment. Alright, and we're back. Kinda. So it's not going well. I have a grand total of 1. Yep, that's it. This stuff is slow. Wow, okay. So make more than one of these. Do yourself a favor. It's been, I think it's been about an hour and a half or so since I've been waiting, give or take. I don't know. if I had to guess. I started recording when this said 40 minutes. I've used some up, so maybe it's been almost 2 hours. Not sure. So a thing to note with these mass fabricators, you can insert on the sides. So the front side, the back side, the left side, the right side, whatever. But you cannot insert on the top or the bottom. But you can't extract from the side, so you have to extract from the top and possibly the bottom. I didn't test the bottom for extraction. So it's going to look like an ugly setup where you're inserting into the front or the side or whatever and extracting from the top. And those are just feeding over there for now. But, so, this interface is... I thought this was a speed bar at first. It's not. It's a progress bar. Once that hits 100, you get your thing. It doesn't go any faster the higher the number. It's not a speed. Which means, yeah, it takes a long time. And when it consumes the scrap based off of the amplifier, I think determines how much progress it gets, which constantly fluctuates. So these, even if you start them near the same time, they'll all have varying degrees of progress. So it is not reliable. So I am thinking about even doubling this to like another 8, because we need bloodstone. And each bloodstone requires 3, so we're going to need at minimum to progress any further 12. 12 of these things. And it's been over an hour, so yeah, I'm going to make more of those, just not now. I am getting tired of waiting, so I'm not going to do that. And then we also need him for... no. I thought there was something else we needed it for. Oh, here we go. Deep mob learning, we need it. And we need it for parts of... what's that called? I think that's the space thing. Whatever it is, it's coming up. Advanced rocketry, this stuff. Perhaps not these blocks specifically, but though the input and output for those needs more. So make a bunch of those. These do not take a lot of power. These 4 are running off of, oh, what is this? Generating like 4 times. I think there's like 10 of those, so like 40 EU is enough to support 4. And no problems. So do yourself a favor, make more. I will make more between episodes. I'm not doing it now. What I will be doing now is, in preparation for the bloodstone, we need to get this weak blood shard. We have the HDPE pellets, we've got the star metal, we don't have the UU matter, but it's going. So the last thing we need is the blood shards. And if I remember correctly, which I probably don't, I've been reading this book a bit on rituals, so I also have a checklist of stuff that we're going to have to get through soon. Not now, not until we hit tier 4. But I believe if we throw down the ashes, we hit it with this reagent, and then put a sword in there, and I think it starts smiting. Yeah. We'll just, you know, stay back up just a little bit. I don't know how long this takes. There we go. We get a bound blade. And then I think it's what, sneak right click? Yeah. Sneak right click, it'll turn it into an actual sword. Does this take essence over time? I don't think so. I think it just takes essence when you attack with it. Yep, there you go. So what we can do is head over to our little mob farm. And we should, if this works like the other stuff, we should just be able to shoot them. And it might not work. I don't know. We'll find out. I don't see any. Although, I don't know the drop rate either. So, there's that. Just cut them. There's one. Yeah, knock it off. Okay, so it looks like you actually do have to cut them with the sword. So that's how you get those shards. Just clean this up. Where are you going? You can't run. Chop that. Nope. I keep forgetting to check on this thing. Oh, there we go. There's 2 more. So maybe it does work? Hang on. Let me try that again. We'll just shoot all those guys. I think I saw one. Yeah, there you go. So you can just shoot them. Sweet, that's the way I like to doing it. That way you don't have to waste the life essence. Plus it's just stronger. Clean up. There we go. That'll work. So with that, we have all the necessary ingredients. I say have, we don't have them yet. They're in progress. We have the means of getting all of the necessary ingredients to move on. I didn't think I took that with me, but okay. And then what, just sneak right click and it goes back into its little hidey hole. Pretty cool thing. See, so slow. It is horribly slow, even sped up. This thing is... There we go, that's max speed right there. Oh, 0.1. See? There we go, 0.1 again. It is not fast. Not at all. So, I think I'm just going to leave it there and let that grind up for a while. Because we need 12-ish of those. And then, you know, that'll be it. But we're going to end it there. So that's it for this episode. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.